Well, Republicans and Democrats disagree on the president's jobs plan and on just about everything else these days, but there is a bipartisan push to let U.S. companies bring their cash back from overseas. A new proposal would temporarily lower the tax rate on foreign earnings. Our chief Washington correspondent Peter Cook is standing by with the lead sponsor of the bill, North Carolina Senator Kay Hagan. Peter?
Thanks very much, Mark. I'm joined here by Senator Hagan, the Democrat from North Carolina, and lead sponsor of this legislation. There's, by some estimates, more than $1 trillion in company earnings overseas waiting to come back. Tell me how your proposal deals with that issue.
Well, first of all, right now, it's not going to come back unless we take action. And what this bill does, that Senator McCain has co-sponsored with me, so we have a bipartisan, pragmatic bill. It allows the companies that have earned this money overseas to pay 8.75% on that money that they bring back, which could be $1 trillion. So this would net our Treasury about $80 billion. However, it's geared towards employment, and the companies can actually bring that rate down to 5.25% by hiring more people and by increasing their payroll. We've also got a steep penalty in this bill that if for any reason after they repatriate this money they lay people off, there'd be a $75,000 per person penalty to the companies.
Now, this was tried as well in 2004. You've heard the criticism of this. The White House hasn't totally backed this idea. The argument is that these companies simply stock buybacks, dividends. That's what they'll do with this cash. They won't do the hiring that you and Senator McCain suggest they might.
Well, I think if they look at how the math actually plays out in this, they could have a positive incentive to the companies by actually hiring the people. And I think that's what you're going to see. But I also think putting $1 trillion into our economy right now when we've got anemic growth. You know, in 2009, we had a 4% growth in our country. Right now, it's down to 0.5%. We've got huge joblessness around our country. In my state, North Carolina, it's 10.4%. I want to use every tool in the toolbox that's at our disposal to help our economy and put people back to work. And that's what this bill would do.
And it's your hope, as I understand it, to try and attach to the jobs plan that will be coming to the floor for a vote as soon as next week. Any indication from Senator Reid, the majority leader, whether or not this will be part of the package?
You know, I want to move this bill forward, whether it's a standalone bill like we've got right now with Senator McCain, or if it's an attachment as an amendment. I think what we've got to do is look at this from a common sense perspective. There's over $1 trillion sitting overseas doing nothing for the American economy. If we can bring that money back here, we can certainly use it to jumpstart it. So I don't care how it gets on, just as long as we can get it moving forward. And once again, this is one example of a bipartisan bill, and you don't see a whole lot of those today.
You don't see a whole lot of those. Let me ask you, you have been among the Democrats who've raised some questions about the president's jobs plan, how he initially planned to pay for it. How is this going to play out from here? What sort of package ultimately can prevail here in the Senate and in the House as well? Are we going to left with more gridlock?
You know, I support the president's jobs bill. I support infrastructure. I know that we've got roads and bridges across our country that need to be repaired. We've got a lot of veterans in North Carolina. I've got a bill that is helping put veterans back to work. They've got about a 4% higher unemployment in the veteran community. We've got to work on that. And I also know that if we give hard-working American families a payroll tax deduction, that's money in their pocket that they don't have right now. So I am fully supportive of the president's jobs bill.
You think something gets done?
I certainly hope so.
All right, Senator Kay Hagan, the Democrat of North Carolina, member of the Banking Committee. Mark, we'll send it back to you in New York.
Peter, Senator Hagan, thank you both so much.